Lord, thank you for allowing us to gather today to continue these discussions. I'd like to continue to say, please help those in need in these natural disasters and crises around the world. And here, just our next door neighbors, and, help the ones that's in need and look after them, make sure, protect those, and thank you for forgiving us for our sins through Jesus Christ, and in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Skeptics Podcast. You know what episode this is?
46.
46. Hope everybody's having a good time out there. Coming at you from Arkansas. My name is Dylan Turley. This is John Boy, and we start every podcast off by asking John Boy, how did his fabulous day with making big money, multiple women, and Jesus on his back? How you doing, John Boy?
Doing pretty good. I don't know about the multiple women part. I mean, I might talk to multiple, but none of them are like, it's not like prospects, if you're catching my drift.
Better be prospects and prostitution.
Some of them just friends or whatever. I'm out here conversating.
Right.
Talk to dudes too, they're friends.
True.
But no, I'm doing all right. Hopefully I don't sound too terrible. I'm dealing with some weird congestion BS. I don't know if it's sinuses. I don't know if it's, like weather related or I don't know.
So last night, woke up at like 3, and my AC unit set up very strangely.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I always wondered where the air vents went. This is going to make me sound like a degenerate, but it is what it is. It has 2 vents on it. Most of the time, you put the screen or the filter right on the vents.
Yeah.
Well, I have a vent that comes from one room into the other room, and then it goes into the unit itself.
Yeah.
And in the past, I've recalled that there's not screens behind the duct.
Yeah.
And I also recalled in the past me putting screens back there, but I guess I never did.
Oh.
So anyway, last night I realized that my AC was not working. I could hear it trying to click on, and I couldn't get it on. So as a man and having to try to take care of the family here, I went to investigate.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to wake the whole house up, but I took both ducts off, and there was no filters behind them. So I instantly thought, fudge. I said, I messed this one up.
Yeah.
I said, it's a different problem. Well, I kind of looked up in the ducts, and the filter sits in it just like it does at our work, flat from the top.
Yeah.
And boy, I've lived in this house for 2 years, and I never knew there was a filter up there. You talk about that thing being caked up.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway,
that'll get you.
Took that out.
Yep.
Tried the AC.
Yep.
Runs like a champ. So anybody out there, this is a good thing to say. Go check your air vents and make sure that your filters are changed, or your AC would just stop. And I'm sure consistently of that happening, that your AC unit is going to completely go out.
Yeah, and I'd say get to know it just a little bit, like your system. Yeah. Like if you just moved into a house, it'd be worth learning. And sometimes it is beyond your control.
Yeah.
Even as a man.
Yeah, for sure.
I can give a quick story. I remember ours had some trouble. Maybe it was last year. I felt like it was earlier this year, but the timeline wouldn't be correct. So last year, I heard a pop, loud.
9 mil.
Smelled some smoke.
10 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, one of the wires in this like board thing that's part of the unit burnt. And so that pop was the breaker blowing when that wire started to catch on fire, pretty much. And it melted in half. And so my dad, of course, he goes to investigate. My mom's like, what was that? And he was like, well, let me look. So he goes, and they figure it out. And he's like, well, it's this piece right here. Pulls it out. He's like, the AC, or like your, I guess it'd be AC store or like, what's it called? AC
Lowe's?
Business would be closed.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And Lowe's didn't have one in stock or anything like that. So he was like, you know what? Somebody was going to be off the next day. So it was like, we'll just have a guy come out. They'll have one on their service truck, have it put in. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. There's a guy in Pembroke who we've had do ours. Mint. So, good ever since. But sometimes it's worth paying the guy than trying to, like, source it.
Oh, for sure.
And all that. So
For sure.
You know.
The something that we've been slacking on, and obviously the viewers don't know because they don't hang out with us every single day, but we talk a lot on here about being protectors, being ready for things.
Yeah.
Being ready for wars on turfs.
Yeah.
Governments turning against us. Not landing on the moon. I mean, all kind of different stuff. Things to be ready for.
Yeah.
And we were kind of slacking. But due to me, because the range is on my dad's property and we did not go. But here to say, we're back, baby. We had a range day a couple days ago. And to tie this in with the AC unit thing, we're now taking more steps to try to get better. I'm now getting better at the AC stuff. As a team, we're getting better at the shooting stuff. So, all that to say, continue to try to keep better or get better at things that you do. And even if they fall behind, and they will sometimes, and you will slightly be behind, even though it seemed like we all shot pretty darn well.
We did pretty good.
But consistently be working at things like that. And as our job, as we want to be protectors, we're trying to do that more. So we be ready, guys.
Yeah.
If some dude comes in that door right there, I mean, frag grenades getting dropped in here. I mean, it's we're protecting the household.
Yeah.
So all that to be said, you know who was not protecting the household? The U.S. government. Because they never do. And we already touched on this a little bit, so we're just going to touch on some little bit different parts about this right now.
Yeah.
The whole Epstein thing is blowing up all over, everywhere, to the point to where Maxwell now is like, I will come before Congress and give a statement. Let everybody know, if you don't know about this woman, her dad was a Mossad agent. So she ain't going to be telling us nothing that matters.
Let's do it live real quick because I have a question on that.
Do what live? Bring in Gazelle Maxwell. Just kidding. That would be wild.
My question.
She's not even in the prison. She's about to walk in the room, and I mean it looks like an interrogation room in the other side of this podcast room. So maybe she's been here the whole time.
I've always thought it was funny sounding, and like I knew it was funny when you said it, but Mossad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know what?
Who is Mossad?
Who is Mossad?
Yeah, or what are these agents? And I'm being dead serious right now.
Are you? You're asking what is Mossad?
Yeah,
Mossad is like
who or what or like what are we dealing with?
Is Israel's intelligent group? That's what it means. Like we say they're CIA agents. That's ours. Israel's
Mossad.
is the Mossad.
Okay.
Yes, that's what that is. I'm pretty sure. Somebody fact check me in the comments. If you are Mossad, if you're not Mossad, CIA, whatever. Throw it in the comments, your social security number. I mean, I'm just kidding. Everything. But Epstein.
Yes.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Is still alive somewhere. Probably. I don't know. We don't even know at this point. Like, nobody knows anything at this point. Like, we don't know.
I wasn't really in on that one, like I said last time.
He wasn't even in on it either. He was innocent.
Was there ever footage of like a body or anything?
Oh, it was very wishy-washy. There, like actual footage, like we can't see it. I mean, I'm actually kind of surprised that we got to see pictures of Bin Laden after he got shot. Now, whether those were real or not, we at least had some kind of picture. Well, obviously, we're not going to get no picture of Jeffrey Epstein, but not really. I mean, there was an autopsy done, and the autopsy at the time, chat, correct me if I'm wrong, said it looked like someone strangled him versus him strangling himself, that he couldn't have broke a something in here by him doing it, it would have had to been like a lot stronger force to be implemented on it. His brother as well, he came out and has done, I think, 2 other podcasts with some people. Doesn't show his face. You know how I am about that. Mossad agents. So, but he came out and he said he he believes his brother was murdered as well. Probably neck snapped or suffocated or whatever.
Yeah.
But the coolest thing about all this, and none of the Epstein stuff is cool. What is cool, though, is we're finally seeing like a united people. Yeah. I think it seems like that. I mean, even on the Democrat side, not as much because we're not like hearing from the big hitters.
Right.
But everyday people, I mean, I think a lot of people want to see this come through. And the reason why I also believe it's Democrats as well is because if Trump is on that list, they want to know that.
Yeah.
Because they want to be like, I told you so, and blah, 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 blah. And I ain't even saying Trump's not on that list. It's a guy that voted for him. He could very well be on that list. But they say that list is not real.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
Pam Bondi said that list is not the one that was on her desk at the time. That was somebody else's.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's cool to see an uprise. I hope people stick at it, even if we never get it.
Can I tell you what I'm frustrated with though?
Yeah, of course.
It's in like the Charlie Kirk statement.
Yeah.
And he's gonna drop it.
Yep.
He's not gonna be talking about it no more.
Yeah, you know about all that.
What's up with that? Like these people who are free agents. I did air quotes for anybody listening, not watching. Like really, bro. And then you have to ask yourself, why?
Oh yeah.
What did he gain? He had to have gained something to quit talking about it. Had to have. And it might not even have been money.
From the president,
it might not even have been money. But okay, but now think about this for a second. If that's what you're after, I feel like that's power. Once again, we've talked about that a few times on here. If you gain respect and somebody likes you and trusts you more because you listened to them, bruh.
Well, I think I'm with you on the whole situation because I can it seems like I can smell the fish in under the White House about this or whatever. But I think Charlie should have said this is what should have happened. Is Charlie should have said, I believe in the Trump team, MAGA, whoever you want to call it at this point, that they're going to figure out more about this, and I'm going to leave it to them. However, I am going to give them a time limit. Because if you stick under that forever, then I'm with you. Yeah. Somebody's paying you off, or you're getting something in the background, something of that nature. So, like Candace Owens in the whole
the France
deal. Like, apparently she said Trump called her about this and said, hey, let's try to keep this quiet. Something about Ukraine or something of that nature. But I'm saying all that to say Candace said, okay, I'm going to abide by that rule for this long. And if it doesn't happen, then I'm going to start speaking about it again. I think Charlie needs to do that. Great debate. I will give Charlie props on this thing. And I've listened to Charlie a lot. I think he's right about a whole lot of things. I do think he's a good dude. If he's getting paid off, though, that kind of sucks. So I will say this, though. He recently had a debate on his last Turning Point USA conference deal that he has every now and then. And it was Dave Smith versus another guy, and I cannot remember what his name is for whatever reason. But they were going back and forth on Israel, Gaza, all kind of different stuff. And Dave Smith said something that's so true, whether you like him or you don't like him. Just because you voted for the guy doesn't mean that you cannot question his integrity on some things. I mean, the Constitution, it starts off with we the people, not we the president or we the whatever. We're allowed to question whatever we can. And anytime you start pointing fingers at me saying I can't question stuff, you know what that makes me do? Question it more. Because you can easily just say, hey, That's a fair question. At that big meeting where Trump was there and they asked Pam, and then Trump had to blot in there for whatever reason, gaslight the whole country.
Yeah.
If anybody asked him, he can easily just say, hey, I understand your concern. I'm going to find a way to present to the people why we found this evidence or whatever it is, or they don't have any evidence. We don't know.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, there's doors open for everything right now. Was there a list? Was there never a list? Did somebody make up the list? Is the list not the list that we think?
Ask yourself this, though, and we've already agreed that it's fishy, but if you're going to come out and make a statement to America, okay, we're not talking about like your local news about Joe's Barbecue Shack.
Yep. Okay,
we're talking about to the people, and you're going to say, like, this is what happened, and we got this kind of information, and this, and this, and we're working to bring it to light. That kind of sets the tone.
Yeah.
Like, why would you, like, there's a million other things you could say besides that if it was something else.
For sure.
Like, you could have been like, look, we're gathering all the information. We're not really sure, on the details right now. We'll get back to you. That's acceptable.
Yeah.
But if you come out and you say, we've got a list, we've got people's names, we've got this, we got this, we're going to release it. And then they go, nah, that never existed. What?
You know what I feel?
That's crazy.
Did you ever get to see the picture of, like, I don't really know who they were. Some people say they're important people. I don't really know. Never really looked into it. But, like, the people coming out of the conference building in Washington, and they had the binders that said Epstein list. Did you ever see that picture? Apparently it was like these specific people were helping review the Epstein list. And they literally came out to the press with binders that said the Epstein list, stage 1 or something of that nature.
Yeah.
What was that? Like, that's not a conspiracy, guys. Like that, it legitimately happened.
Yeah.
And I'll pull the picture up right now, matter of fact. Did you say you've never seen it?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Okay, I'll pull a picture up.
Man, you know what's interesting about that is, like, why does stuff like that not circulate as much?
I know.
Like, all the other stuff that was circulating, some of it was, like, dumb. And there was obviously not much you could tell from it or things like that.
Right.
And it's like, why is it that stuff that circulates and not new information, really?
And not only that, where are those people at?
Oh, yeah.
Like if I was those guys,
yeah,
and I got a binder,
yeah,
and now they're saying it's nothing. I mean, as a media person, and maybe this has already happened, but why not try to reach out to those people and say, hey, are you willing to sit down and do a 30-minute interview,
right,
about, like, what was that binder? Like, you're probably not going to be to say anything. Like, they probably won't.
Yeah.
Which is puss stuff. But sorry for my language. I love women. You had a physical something.
Yeah.
Just tell us what that is.
Here's something that I find interesting. This is the only way I could see them being able to come out and make this statement, and then like make the original statement and then make this most recent statement, is if they've got the list and they're actively trying to get the people that was on it. Yeah.
It says the Epstein Files Phase 1.
Yeah.
What was in those binders?
I don't know. There's like 5 binders there, 5 different people.
I know.
Those are big, too.
Right.
That's like a 3 or 4 inch binder for anybody who's listening.
What's in that binder? Don't say this or your family dies.
Well, so
and then they're like, I need you to go out there and smile to the camera like this is something that's good.
So did you hear what I was saying, though? It's like, imagine like if they're after the people who was on it. Let's say that. And, which I don't think they are, but let's say they were. And that's why they're trying to, like, bring the heat off of it right now, and they're trying to talk about it less.
Right.
because it obviously feels like a cover-up and like they're trying to sweep it under the rug. But what if they were trying to do something good?
So that's the one option that some people are saying.
I don't believe that option because I feel like there's too much against it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But because, like, how would they go about that?
I know. I'm with you on that. I don't know.
Because here's the other point: is like if they do start nabbing people, and let's say like they are in one big circle, like it's a ring of wealthy people who like run this, and they start trying to like get them first, and then get the people who are connected to them, etc. Once you got one of those guys, the rest of the guys would find out.
Yo, for sure.
So, I don't know. It's.
I'm sitting here and trying to figure out the reasons. Like, if there was two big reasons why this is not getting released.
Yeah.
And the biggest one is there's so many influential people on this list.
Yeah.
Like, it would, I don't want to say break the world, but if it all came out, like a lot of these people that me and you believe have power, like, I'm not going to say you won't have no more power, because if there's so many of them, it's going to be corrupt no matter what. But if somebody starts pulling people out, then it just must be so corrupt that this is one of those things that's not a United States thing.
Yeah.
It's like the world thing. And how does... I got a question about that too. Or it's what you said, and I know it's not what you believe, but for whatever reason, Trump's holding this information for some reason.
Yeah.
And I don't know how he could come out to the public and make that statement now that that's the reason why.
Right.
Because as a negotiator, you don't want to let your enemy know that. Like, if I come out and make a statement that's like, hey, I got information on blah, 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 and this is why I can't give it all up.
Right.
Well, you just gave it to the enemy right there.
Yeah.
That's not the way to do it.
Right.
So I don't really know how he would do it.
If it's the whole world, you know, like powerful people all the way around, I'm not sure. But at the same time, there's two trains of thoughts for me. One is that they're all replaceable, every single one of them. If there was a way, which there's not, there's just no way. But if there was a way that you could get every single one of them and lock them away,
right,
in like a legit prison,
yeah,
not one where you get
Alligator Alcatraz. Wouldn't that be wild? 40 chess. If Trump gets all this stuff built because he's about to put immigrants in it, and he's like, "Gotcha, here's the real Epstein files," and everybody gets to sit down there.
That would be ignorant.
That'd be
crazy.
That would be.
I'd be mind blown.
I would be too. That would be what Netanyahu try to get him to be? Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh yeah.
You would need a Nobel Peace Prize for that. You would go down as the greatest president probably in history besides George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. But I mean, you got George Washington that helped come up with the whole thing.
Yeah.
Literally stepped down because the people wanted him to step down, and he did it, obliged from it.
Yeah.
You got Abraham Lincoln that freed all the slaves, and then you got Donald Trump coming in here and is going to cap all the pedophiles. That would be nuts. Like, I don't know. I don't even know how everybody would function. You think the information in the Epstein files it's so deep that countries are willing to go to war with each other over it? I was trying to think about this.
I don't think so. I
don't know.
Because I think most of them aren't political leaders. They might be. Maybe it is a bunch of them. I don't know. But I don't know how many of them are going to be active right now in their country. I don't know. I'm not sure on that. But my other train of thought was, what if you have somebody who was in deep, right? And they see the opportunity. Epstein's gone. Which, by the way, I'm curious, who owns that island now?
Probably U.S. government, I think.
I'd be curious to see because I would like to know, like, if somebody bought it and they're just, imagine like I hate to say it this way, but we'll say it. We'll call it something else because I don't like that. We'll say it's like a building, right? Somebody leases the building, and then their business outgrows it, so then they move somewhere else, and then somebody else takes that building over. Well, in this case, they died. So somebody had a business, even though it's terrible and, all the wrong things that go with it, but also somebody sees the opportunity to take that over and make their cut of money.
It says, as of, now this is ChatGPT, like we always say on here. ChatGPT is not Jesus, so don't always take this for what it says. So as of mid-2025, a fellow by the name of Stephen Deckoff, Deckoff, is the current owner of Epstein's Island and now under redevelopment into a high-end resort. You imagine showing up here one day off your cruise ship, like, dude, this place is sick. And there's that one guy in the back that's like, yeah, it looks real familiar. And you're like, it's Epstein's Island, bro.
I'd say be careful with that. He's going to turn it into a resort?
Yeah.
Question mark. You know what I mean? Like,
it says,
seems sus still.
Jeffrey Epstein's private island, Little St. James, and the neighboring Great St. James were sold in May of 2023 to a billionaire Stephen Deckoff through his firm SD Investments for approximately $6 million. Deckoff is the founder of Black Diamond Capital Management and a longtime resident of the U.S. Virgin Islands. He plans to transform the islands into an ultra-luxury 25-room resort projected to open this year.
Huh.
Interesting.
I
have to keep an eye on that one. Apparently there's some article. Next thing I got popped up says article about Disney buying Epstein's Island.
I don't know.
I don't either. But, I mean, hopefully the same thing does not continue to happen.
Right.
And you know what, like, something that I'm interested that I don't ever hear anybody talk about if this thing, and I'm not saying it didn't happen. I do think Epstein was pedophile. I do think he did a bunch of terrible things. I believe all that.
Yeah.
When he was taken down,
yes,
was it at his island? Or was it like New York or something?
I thought it was like in New York or something.
So, after that happens, and there's a raid on his island.
Yeah.
There was never reports of actually finding people and children there, was there?
I don't think so.
I know they found like weird pictures and all
tapes
that, and tapes and stuff, and the famous black safe with the envelopes in front of it. But I would have been very interested to know the day that he was taken in versus the day they raided his island, because how somebody is obviously connected to this to the point they're like, hey, clean the island up.
Yeah.
But obviously they didn't clean it up too good, or they knew what they were leaving. So they were just like, this ain't no good. These boys got our back.
Possibly. And the horrific truth of the matter is like, people who are in the business of people don't care. A life to them, doesn't
probably not.
Doesn't hold any value.
Probably not.
If they're willing to sell a person,
yeah.
I mean,
it's like evil.
Yeah, once they're done, I mean, there's no telling. They may just drop them in the ocean.
I wonder how he got like, and I consider myself like a people person.
Yeah.
I mean, I like meeting new people. I love getting to hear stories.
Yeah.
Talk about experiences. But I don't know how often, even if I was a millionaire, like, people would just invite me to your island or, like, your house or stuff that's like, and you just like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows how Epstein made his money, really, to this day. And if somebody, if there is somebody out there, like if me and you didn't know each other and I was at a party at Mar-a-Lago or somewhere of that nature, and somebody comes up to me, somebody I'm trusting, I'm like, hey, I need to introduce you to this guy. And they're like, you're like, okay, cool. I like meeting new people. And there's like, his name's Jeffrey Epstein. And I'm like, all right, let's go meet him. So you go over there, meet him, shake hands, kind of chit-chat for a little bit here and there. And then you kind of walk off with your buddy that you trust because somebody introduced you to him. And you're like, how did he make his money? And if like say I was that person and you were the contact. Yeah. And I asked you, hey, how did he make his money? And you're like, I don't really know. Like that would be the first like flag that's like,
Yeah, but what if they don't just say, I don't know? What if they go, I don't know, I think he's like an investor?
I don't know. I'd try to find some way to fact check it.
Maybe.
I mean, because with the more money you get, especially if you're somebody in the public eye, your stakes are higher.
Yeah, yeah.
And at a certain time, he didn't care if he was in pictures or anything.
Yeah.
Like he thought he was unstoppable.
Yeah.
And how did he gain that confidence? Because that would also mean like, say I got these guys over here I blackmail, I got these guys over here I blackmail, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, how are you still so confident that the media is not going to investigate in you unless you blackmail the owner of the media?
Yeah, I think they just start getting their hands on to everything, everybody, and then it becomes more widespread. But also, part of it is like after they do whatever business they're in a few times and they don't get caught, you get this sense of like being like uncatchable or invincible, especially once you have a certain amount of money. And that's just from some of the stuff I've seen. Like I was watching a show about, I think it was Pablo Escobar, and at one point, like they were making so much money that it was like he didn't have a care in the world. He literally thought he was like untouchable.
Right.
And it's because he owned all the local politicians. He was helping pay to get these bigger politicians into power, as well as all the local law enforcement, stuff like that, to the point where it's like...
Yeah, that... There's only two ways that happens.
Yeah.
One of them is... one that comes to mind is when Pablo Escobar took the picture in front of the White House.
Yeah.
So how does that happen? There's only really two answers. Full-blown, like, negligence. Yes, I can't say that word for whatever reason. That, on our half, all the way, like 99% that you weren't able to get. There's literally snipers on the roof of that. And dude snaps a picture right there in front of it. So, us, or he knew going into it from some sort of way that you were just discussing that I don't have anything to worry about.
In that instance, he didn't care. He felt that he was to the point where...
But why, though?
That nobody could get him. Because he'd become so successful, and he'd become so powerful and rich. And here's the deal, is like...
It's still got to be one of those two, though.
No, because first off, he ain't worried about like the snipers or like the Secret Service.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying there's still two processes on how he gets to that spot. He's rather there with his kid thinking two things. He's like, nobody's going to find me. They don't care. America's stupid. All this other stuff. That's one, which means bad on our part because we're not living up to the expectation. Or he's thinking, oh, we're going to take his picture in front of the White House because you see that guard over there? He ain't going to do nothing because I know his boss and his mom's tied up in my basement right now. I'm not. That's a little going too far.
Right.
But it's got to be one of those two things.
I think it's ego-driven. Because first off, all he has to do is get on a private jet, which he can afford as many as he wants.
Right.
Fly into our airspace.
Right.
Because they don't ask the plane who's on board. They say, what's the plane number? They say, plane number this. Okay.
Yeah, but that's stupidity on our end, though.
Well, how are you going to regulate it, though? There's so many planes that come in and out of America every day, 24/7, just like they never stop flying.
Like,
so how would you regulate that? Because if all he has to do is land at a private airport, which he would,
right?
Because you can afford to. So for him, it's the ability to afford it. He can afford a private jet to go to a private airport,
right? No, I got all that stuff.
And then he's so confident that he won't
the stupidity of us
that he won't get caught.
Yes,
because he hasn't yet, and the times that he has, he's gotten out of it.
Correct.
That he was like, okay, I'll stroll up there, watch this while I'm on America's Most Wanted.
Right.
Now, is that probably one of the most sketchiest places for him to have done that? Because of like how many people was after him and how much his face, would have been like out and around. Yeah, sure. But that's what makes it such like a crazy move by him. Is it's like that's the level I was at.
Well, see, I don't know if it was if it's craziness. I mean, to a certain level it is, but if it's literally that process though, like I would say
it's that easy.
I would really like to know. Like, I'm sure there was a lot of words that came out of Pablo Escobar's mouth, and was there more words like "Don't worry about that guy"? Which one of these words was used more? "Don't worry about that guy. I got something on him," or "America's just stupid." I would have been very curious which word that is.
He'd probably say, "Don't worry about it." Like he probably has a guy, everywhere he would go. So imagine.
But why not worry about it though? There's only two reasons why you don't worry about it.
Because he can afford to not worry about it. That's my point. Listen.
Yeah, but
he pays a guy to be ready.
But that's still on both ends though. Like you don't gain that ability until you have a lot of money or you have power over someone. Like I don't gain that ability.
Yeah, but once you have power over your own country.
But that goes back to that one thing. He's like, "Don't worry about that. I own these guys." Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not our guys, his people. He did.
Yeah, but
and he roamed free there. Here,
right. I believe he based it off of America's stupidity.
He would have traveled, and he would have henchmen, for a lack of a better term.
Right. But
then you don't have to worry about anything. You have a guy who worries about it for you.
No, I understand that though. But the reason he has henchmen is there's a reason.
Yeah, he can afford
that he
them.
has. Right, but both of these come when you afford the ability, though.
Yeah.
Like, even if...
He was selling billions of dollars worth of drugs.
Right.
Billions, okay? We're not talking about a guy who's, like, small time in his local town. We're talking about a guy who is selling so much drugs. It was an insane amount.
Hold on, I'm texting Cammy.
Yeah, you're good. But that's the deal. That's where he can afford it. Once he made, X amount.
Right.
After that, he was good to go. It just compounds. And people...
No, brother, I understand all
are
that.
more likely to not turn you down.
Because the same thing with the Epstein list.
Yeah.
There's two reasons they're going to continue to do this. One, they believe we're so stupid that we can't find the information and we won't have the ability. We're not going to sit here and jab at it so long. Or somebody is like, I own all these people, so it doesn't matter. So it's one of the boards, and it's probably a little of both.
It's both, I would say.
But I think they're starting to figure out now that the stupidity one's not working at all. Like when I'll tell you how you know when the stupidity one is not working anymore is when both sides unite for the same thing. Now they may be playing you in the long run.
I don't know. Skeptical on that one. I still think that they think most people are dumb.
I think there's a certain ability to that they think that, but they're going to realize real quick. The only thing that we don't have that is the ability that is what we can use is we don't have the assets like they do.
Right.
It's not that we're dumber or smarter than them. We just don't have the assets. And now they're currently like, oh, these people are stupid, and they don't have the assets. But I think they're going to figure out real quick, especially when you start seeing the big heavy hitters that we know are not part of this start switching. When you start seeing Charlie Kirk come out, and he's finally like another couple months down the line, and then he's finally like, well, guys, this is enough. He was like, I voted for Trump. He was like, I was part of the reason Trump got elected, and this is not right. Well, he has millions of followers that's then like, well, he's standing up. And then you have to have – there's got to be somebody right now at the moment of time, whether he listens to it or not, that's whispering in Trump's ear, your team is turning, brother. So you got to figure out what you're going to do about it. Now, well, like I said, whether he listens to that or not, I have no idea. But somebody's in his ear right now, and what is that person telling them? Keep doing what you're doing. Don't matter. They're dumb. Or this ain't looking good, Mr. Trump. Your popularity's starting to go. So that's the...
Yeah, I mean, just have to see how it all plays out.
And hold them accountable.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because I have no problem, and I'm glad that we do this more now than ever, is we do hold people accountable for good things too. Yeah. Like when you do something that's successful or awesome, we congratulate you about that. And there's the things that you don't suck. Like we're both very, very happy that you don't have to pay $200 for a tax stamp anymore. We're both very, very happy. Yeah. Now, should it all been thrown into one big bill? I don't personally think so. I don't know your opinion on that, but I'm happy for that. So I'll give him credit for that one. I'm giving him credit for locking up the border. I got it. I'd much rather have him than Kamala. I got it.
Right.
But this is a huge, huge issue that holds more trust in the American people than I think even he realized at the time. I think he was like, if the Epstein thing flies over, he was like, they're still going to love me. And then now it's like, here's some promises that you've done correctly. Here's some promises you have not done correctly.
Yeah.
And it's not looking good.
We'll just have to see. That's why I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said, we'll just have to see. We've got 3.5 years to let it play out. I would just warn everybody to remember what you're seeing and what you're feeling right now. Mm-hmm. And in, 1.5 years, don't let that slide. Like if nothing ever came of it and nobody ever tried to rectify going against their stuff, don't let it, I guess, get past you.
Right.
Because that's something that's pretty common. Is you sweep it on the rug long enough, people, they start to care less and they start to think, well, it's not important no more. Okay, so when they lie to you again, or they trick you again, and you get mad again, like you find yourself in the same position. So just be careful of that,
Well, guys, I hate to cut the podcast short, but John left us with some really, really good words there.
Yeah.
I got to go catch my wife running on the loose. She's not. But hope everybody enjoyed the podcast. We were just kind of coming in real quick with a little bit more information, a little bit more discussion.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Yes, sir.
Later, guys.
Bye.